Charles Colson was born and raised in Boston, Massachusetts. Driven from the start, Charles graduated with honors from Brown University. He served as a Marine Corps officer and then became the youngest administrative assistant to a U.S. Senator. He earned a law degree from George Washington University with honors. Assigned as special counsel to then-President Richard Nixon, Colson soon became known as the White House hatchet man. Involved in dirty tricks politics, he was feared by even the most powerful on Capitol Hill. But in the aftermath of the 1972 election campaign, Charles Colson found his life empty, meaningless. Reading from a C.S. Lewis book, Charles came to an ugly realization. His entire life revolved around himself, not the country, not even his family. The weight of that was crushing. Later that night, he found himself sitting in his car, unable to drive for the tears that just wouldn't stop. From the midst of that pain and emptiness, Charles Colson cried out to God and committed his life to serving Jesus. The following year, during the Watergate scandal, Colson pled guilty to obstruction of justice charges. He was given a sentence of 1 to 3 years in a federal penitentiary, fined, and disbarred. When news of Charles Colson's conversion to Christianity leaked to the press in 1973, the Boston Globe reported, "If Mr. Colson can repent of his sins, there just has to be hope for everybody." Well, there is hope for everybody. Released from prison, God gave Charles Colson a vision to begin prison fellowship. It's a ministry to proclaim that God works in the lives of all who call upon His name, no matter where, no matter what. Now operating in 1,300 correctional facilities with over 7,000 churches involved, Charles Colson, he maintained that the greatest joy for him was to see those living monuments to God's grace, prisoners transformed by the love of Jesus. In 2012, he joined that great cloud of witnesses surrounding us. Charles Colson's entire life yells to us to drop every unnecessary weight. We're not supposed to store up treasures here on earth, but we are to run with endurance the race set before us, keeping our eyes on Jesus, the beginning and the end of our race.